I grew up with him. He was like a third parent to me. So in a house with 3 kids, it was like the calm at the end of the day that was just the perfect thing that you needed to just settle into a crazy life at home. And he's wonderful. And I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they watch his show today, and it speaks to them.
It's such an iconic role, and of all the actors in the world, you probably couldn't find a more iconic actor. But what's unique is how he inhabited the role, and you sort of lose Tom Hanks somewhere along the way very quickly, and see Fred Rogers.
I'm a mom. I have a little kid. At the time was 2. So Mr. Rogers has been a big part of our child rearing, and his message has just felt so present and real to me in this moment in time. So when I got the script, it just felt like, well, I have to make this movie. I love it so much. I mean, the truth is, he lived what he preached. He had a mission of kindness and a mission of being present and a mission of listening, and he did it in every day. And I've been talking to a lot of people ask me about the documentary and kind of, this is not a biopic, and I've said, I think that movie is such a beautiful companion piece to our movie, because that movie told you about all of his life and how he came to be, and our movie really shows his mission in action, what it would be like to meet Mr. Rogers and form a friendship with him. And he really was a special person, and he walked the walk, he didn't just talk the talk. All I know is it felt like a great honor and responsibility to have this movie in my hands, and I felt like I wanted to do his memory proud and his wife proud and all of the people who loved him and knew him proud. I think he really is inspiring, and having his words in my ears for the last few years has made my life so much better.
I think what's special about this film is it's a family movie. It's about fathers and sons and sort of growing and bettering yourself. So it's a movie about hope and love and family. And I got to make it with my sister, wonderful director Marielle Heller. So I think that really carried through. The family love kind of came through in the picture.
Mari is a visionary director who brings her warmth, her intelligence, her incredible eye, and appreciation for this story that's unmatched.
I used to watch Mr. Rogers, so I knew everything about his TV show. Not much about the man himself, but everything about the TV show. This is somebody whose life we can explore and who made a powerful impact and lived his life in the same way. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was an integrity there that, we really cherish these days. I wanted to work with Mari. I wanted to work with Tom Hanks and Matthew Rhys and Chris Cooper. It was just phenomenal. Like, to be amongst these, to be amongst this cast and this director, that was powerful enough. I think he stood for compassion and understanding. I really do feel like that. Yeah, for the grace to allow people to be and get to know themselves and to change and to learn.
Fred Rogers saw something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. He saw some goodness. He saw an interest or a desire for something a little bit higher. And he sort of single-mindedly and relentlessly, sort of brought me to that point. And that's what the movie captures. Fred Rogers stood for kindness. Fred Rogers stood for forgiveness. Fred Rogers stood for goodness in the face of anything and everything. The thing that's really interesting about Fred is really how determined he was, how determined a person he was.
The festival has welcomed us so openly, and it's wonderful to be here with our cast and to celebrate. This is our first stop. This is the first time we show the film out to the world, and it's exciting. It's wonderful to be here.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day for you. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. Mr. Rogers!
carry on.
Matthew, here, please. Thank you so much. Matthew, here, please. Thank you.
Matthew?
Of course.
Can I get one here? Thank you so much. Can I get one?
Yeah.
Oh, your dress is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Oh, we're friends. We've been here for hours. Wow.
Right here on your right.
Gonna do together.
I love you.
So much. I love that show. It's an awesome show.
Can I get a quick photo, please?
Thanks for coming out, guys. It's going to be a wonderful film.
Oh, thank you so much. Love you and everything that you do.
Enrico.
You guys want any two shots?
You look beautiful. Congratulations on this movie.
You're welcome.
So excited. You guys, thanks for being here. Yeah.
Hey, let's do it right here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Guys, we're here.
We're here. Wait till next day. I have the arms of an egg.
Jerry Vogel seemed a departure from a lot of characters I played, and I got to sing, and you know, he's sort of a hanger-on for the old Rat Packers period, and I just knew I would have a lot of fun with this character. Jerry Vogel is the father to Lloyd Vogel, played by Matthew Rhys. And he was a very irresponsible father who deserted the family.
Well, that he was the real deal, that he wasn't fake. He loved everyone. Everyone was special to him, and it wasn't a mask that he put on. This movie and the story that Lloyd goes through proves that he is who he is. The real story of them and how the friendship that they built through the story is real and it's tender. And but Lloyd's journey, of course, you know, we go from skeptic to believer. I played Bill Eisler, who was Fred's longtime friend and producer. He was there with him right from the beginning.